Even if he's powerless, I want to
didn't
take
you
another
lose
crack
false?
at it.
Didn't you lose it? Because you whiffed on it?
That is an option that you can take, but
But you whiffed on it.
Right, but that's on a whiff. You don't automatically lose it.
All right.
This is but essentially to try and keep him even if he's powerless. I mean, this can be revoked. It doesn't really do any harm to put him in this state. But it'll be, he'll be more manageable for us if he is. But so may I take another crack at it while we're silenced? All right. And there's a specific reason I want to try and do it now. Okay, that's an 8. Now I will I'll let this be. The spell is revoked, so after this, can't use it again without a communal. So, with a touch, you can put someone's body into an enchanted sleep and their mind into a false world that they believe is real. Until the spell is ended, they continue to live on in a world entirely of your creation, never knowing it is a lie and that their body lies sleeping somewhere else. So, the reason I want to do this now, because I want to describe what happens from Renshak's point of view. So, as he's down, sort of struggling, sort of snapping out of it, but, sees this guy, doing this, casting the silencing magic spell, this dark green energy starting to appear. All of a sudden, bang, red mist, a bullet hole appears between his eyes. He drops to the floor, and Ortega is standing there, having saved him by shooting this guy. Ortega then, shoots O'Malley and helps Renshak to his feet. Renshak, and Ortega working together, overcome and defeat, killing Ariana and Vigor. And, they're doing great. They're back in business, back in control. And depending on how this sort of continues, is Renshak has, found the traitors, reasserted loyalty, people are more feared of betraying him. And for now, immediately things are going well. But I don't know how long this will last, but just to have it, set up, planned out from the start, things start going worse and worse over time. His empire starts crumbling. He seems to have horrifically bad luck. And no matter, he keeps on making the right moves, but everything keeps on falling apart. He keeps on losing money and power and influence, and his magical vitality begins fading more and more rapidly. And that is the world Ariana leaves him in.
Okay.
Unless we wake him up at some point.
Gotcha. So yeah, Ortega just sighs and just says, could have gone better. Could have gone a lot worse.
Well, we're all alive.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We did it. We killed it.
Yeah.
Thanks for the help, Ariana calls up to the lizards.
It's like... yeah, they're a little sheepish right now. They're waiting for an opportunity to do something. Ortega holsters his gun and says, sorry if I gave you a spook there.
Yeah, that's alright.
I knew you were on the level, Ariana, sort of said, as she's sort of inspecting Renshak.
So what'd you do to him?
He's dreaming right now, and will be until I, decide otherwise. I don't know, someone else, I'm sure someone else could probably crack the spell too, but...
Jesus looks over.
It's indefinite until I say, get him to wake up.
Yeah, Jesus looks over him and says, well, what I did to him, I took all of his magic energy he had stored up, took it out of his system, and also lifted the clay curses on all of you. And now, if he were to wake up, he could theoretically go out, get his magic back, and reform the clay figures, but, well, I'm sure you can stop him from doing that.
Ooh, one detail too. Just one detail I wanted to throw it into his horrible nightmare world is that part of his empire crumbling is that Jerry specifically becomes quite successful and obliterates and crushes his operation.
Oh shit!
Dang.
Give Lily and Jerry that bit of revenge.
Nice.
Look, we got to thanks for this, Jesus, but I think we got to discuss what to do with him now.
Mm-hmm. I leave that up to your discretion. Mind if I take my leave?
Yeah, you did great. Cheers, bud.
Mm-hmm. Let's see if Polly has blown anything up, and he waltzes out the door.
All right. So the moment he's out, like, Vigor just kind of looks around and says, "All right, so I'm not. Now we got to put it to a vote of what to do with him because, well, the curse is lifted. So actually, if he dies, it doesn't matter what happens to our dolls. They can just wind up in the middle of nowhere for all it matters."
In the meantime, I don't know. Never know what information he has that might be useful later or anything like that. He's not hurting anyone now, Ariana says, sort of like picking up one of his arms and dropping it.
But he
Besides,
but he can put us back in the same situation if he escapes, and if he does get away, he has no reason not to seek revenge on us.
We can try and find a way, like maybe with magic or something, to get him a bit more secure too. Some sort of stasis or something further than this. But
Ortega looks around. Renshak's had a lot of connection knowledge that I have no idea where he got it from. For one thing, this clay here, he says, pointing at the clay that he had brought with him. I have no idea where he gets that. I don't know.
I'm honestly happier with none of us knowing that.
Ariana shrugs. Well, for now, don't really have a way to get anything out, but and she like knocks on his head like a coconut. He's still in there, and none the wiser. So anything that we do end up needing down the line, and besides just having him around at our disposal, may come useful. I'd rather not kill him right off the bat.
Right. Well, we gotta transport him somewhere. We can't just have him.
I say bring him back to the meeting room for now. Just tie him to the ceiling or something.
Let's lock him Let's lock him in his stupid office he liked so much, says Ortega, as he packs up the clay that Renshax had brought.
All right, I'll carry him, I guess.
Actually, I don't know. I figure it's best to have some more discreet transportation. Ortega, you think you can manage us a closed carriage or something? Similar to when he was missing, it's probably best for the business if, the public doesn't know he's indisposed.
Hey, Ugaku, there's a wheelbarrow out there. Just say you and the boys are doing farm work.
Alright, we'll throw a tarp over him or something.
Yeah. Yeah, the lizards will handle that. And he's looking at he's like looking at like the clay set. It's like, maybe I really want to know how this stuff works.
Hey, Vigor, do you have a new multi-class move now?
Let me, I think I do. I don't remember. Advanced moves, harsh truth to face, figment of my imagination, a man who knows how to get things straight as an arrow, investing in the future, surprise. I think they've forgotten about us, who watches the Watchmen. Oh yeah, straight as an arrow. You try to earn a trade once, you get a move from another class, treat your level as one lower for choosing the move. Funny thing about that, or funny stupid thing about that is, it has the tacit idea that at some point Vigor tried any other trade, which, I mean, half true, half not.
Okay, here's my pitch, right? Okay. Like, train, Jesus has some cool stuff. See if he can teach you some stuff. Like, train with him a bit, and then you can take a magic move, like possession from the body sleep. When you touch a sleeping or unconscious NPC, you may possess their body with your mind.
I don't quite think that suits Vigor's anything.
You could pretend to be Renshak. Oh god, what if O'Malley takes that move? No!
Damn.
But yeah, I was like, should we really take his office as the place? I feel like
no
we
one
could
looks
use
at. No, well, it's actually a really good suggestion because we're the only people who go down there. It's guarded, and it's already a pretty common rule that Renshak's only lets people in his office who he wants. So, no, yeah, it's pretty good actually. We should put him down there.
No, that gives us good
Fine.
plausible deniability for
Oh
now.
man, I was
Yeah.
thinking of maybe renovating that.
We probably should find some way to get him in some kind of proper stasis soon as well, actually, because
Yeah.
if he's like this, we have to like feed him, and
Yeah. That's true.
Ortega's just kind of messing around with some of the clay and just says, "You think this calls to mind that phrase about curiosity killing things?"
curiosity killed the cat. People always
Yeah.
forget the second half of that, which
Davros,
is
you getting in
satisfaction
here
brought
or
him
what?
back.
Yeah, Davros is just kind of peeking in from a window and just he's opened the window from outside and he's just kind of like leaning in.
I
So it
imagine
all
he's
went well, right?
shaking like no one's business.
Yeah.
Yeah, we won. You're not dead.
That's
Savor
cool.
We
So
could-
that's the clay, right?
it. That's the clay.
We probably should have given that to Jesus, come to think of it.
That's the point. Well, Vigor's on the side of not wanting to know what it is, so
Yeah, Ariana does though.
yeah.
In the meantime, Ariana's like inspecting Renshak a bit more, just like, I don't know, seeing if there's anything interesting, getting a closer look, poking around his body.
Vigor just
he
actually-
suffered a lot of damage.
Yeah.
He's got.
You know what? Ariana does bandage him up, actually.
Yeah.
So he doesn't bleed out or something. That
Yeah.
would be kind of embarrassing after all this talk.
Vigor does go over to O'Malley and just kind of like says, "So how's it feel? You sort
It
of was
feels-
involved in bringing down a crime lord."
I feels great. I stomped on him.
You sure did.
Oh, there is one person. Actually, no. Ariana waits, or Ariana does say, Ortega. But there is one person who I kind of plan on telling about this one a show, but not someone who's particularly connected, anything like that. Just another friend who Renshak, screwed over. She's loyal though, won't blab or anything.
All right, I'll trust you on that. Who knows? Maybe if you screw me over, I'll figure this out. He says, shaking the clay box.
Ariana just says, "Yeah, we're gonna have Jesus take a look at that stuff."
Maybe. He passes it over to Davros. Says, "Take that back to base too." And Davros just kind of nods and scurries on away.
Vigor does kind of bend down and starts check. He does check Renshak's pockets. He's kind of curious to see what, like, if he keeps any kind of personal identification or anything like that on him. Like if there was any notes or anything like that.
He has like sketches of all of you.
Well, that's for
Are they
throwing
any
together
good?
new dolls on the
Oh,
fly.
yeah, they're pretty good, pretty accurate.
Well, now O'Malley just looks at all of them. Huh? Maybe he should have been an artist.
Are
instead.
they like, just like a sort of Vitruvian man, or are they like, just a basic like T-pose type thing, or are they
Basic
more like
T-pose.
okay, they don't have any artistic posing or
No.
naturalistic trying to capture our personality.
No.
He had to make dolls of us on the fly. This is. I do actually look and see if it has Ortega on this list of T-posers.
Yes. it
Yeah,
does.
of course. It's like Vigor just kind of notes to himself, yeah, he was never quite as safe as he said he was.
Should hand it to Ortega.
Yeah, I do.
That'd be funny. Yeah.
I hand that over to Ortega.
Eh. Oh, hey, another thing he lied about. Awesome.
Yeah.
Ariana sort of looks over hers, then crumples it up and just like burns it with her magic.
Oh, you don't like art? No, he folds his up and puts it in his pocket.
There are already too many drawings of me out there.
Interesting. Yeah.
Huh?
Stretches and just says, "Well, the lizard boys are gonna handle the transfer. I think I'm gonna call it an early day.
Nice.
So, good luck with whatever you're doing." And I exits the barn.
We could
as
just...
the lizards start loading Renshax up.
Hey, Vigor was checking his pockets. Do you think Renshack needs to roll a 2d6?
Oh, did we already roll that?
Did we? Or
Yeah, I think we did.
for Renshack?
I think
I
he
don't
got an
remember
8,
what
I
he-
think.
That's a very good memory.
Yeah.
Vika just, does stand up at that, like, I don't know what you're planning to do, and is like, well, I wasn't planning on dying today, but yeah, I didn't, like, have anything else scheduled.
Ariana figured, well, I figured we should, if you want to do it tomorrow, alright, but I figured, we should sooner rather than later have a meeting and, actually hash out how we're gonna restructure things. In any case, I'm at least headed back with Davros,
Yeah, I'm going with Davros. Ortega, we're probably gonna, I know you want to knock off early, stressful and all that, but probably while it's still fresh.
Davros can speak for me. He just walks off.
If you trust him.
I trust him, alright. He grumbles and just kind of walks away.
Alright.
So yeah, as you're just kind of going around, Davros just kind of notices you following him and just like looks at you weirdly. Where are we going? Where are you going?
Lonely Pigeon, we assume.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
We'll hash out what we're gonna do with Biggin.
Gotcha.
And just how we're gonna restructure things now with him not taking the lion's share of the cut anymore.
Yeah, he's just kind of he's like looking around and says, you don't mind you mind if me and Ortega keep this little clay box here? We got some stuff we wanna look into it with.
Jesus gets to keep it. We all have privileges to use it, but neutral party, Jesus, and the one most experienced with magic and least likely to, kill us all.
Vigor does back her up on that. Like, yeah, this goes to Jesus right now.
I've always wanted to know
are welcome to take a look at it, but Jesus gets to be the one. Jesus is with it at all times. This shit's way too dangerous to just let be handled unsupervised.
It wouldn't be unsupervised. It'd be with me.
Would you know what we mean?
Trust isn't cheap these days. Short supply. And this
That
kind of
goes for us
size.
too. Frankly, though, Jesus is the most neutral party. He knows you and Ortega are the only two who aren't, already, worked with him that much, and you already know him well enough.
Yeah.
Which is a point we might want to consider putting him on the payroll officially. He's in kind of deep by this point.
Yeah.
Ogaku, who's just kind of rolling the wheelbarrow, just kind of says, "Actually, I wouldn't. I don't think he'd. I don't think he'd mind that much. Honestly, he just kind of likes tinkering with magic stuff."
There you go.
We only ever met him because we were involved, because we were in a magic underground magic. I can only describe it as a sort of spirit cockfighting ring.
That's cool. Snake, why hasn't there been a stand cockfighting thing?
I don't know.
Oh wait, literally, I actually did have that in my space one. That was in the I forgot about that in the gambling colony. That was a thing. You could bet on stand fights.
Listen, I know you're curious, and don't make this a trust thing, because, well, I'm going to make it clear, I've already said it. I don't want any of us understanding how this works. This thing is simply too fucking dodgy to be in our organization.
Oh, are you sure? I mean, it could be
O'Malley,
useful.
Ariana sort of raises a hand. I'm not quite so cynical, but it's a fair point. I think it's worth looking into.
It's not even a cynicism thing. This is simply too fucking sketchy. There's no
You know,
positive. There's no positive to this. There's no optimistic outlook on clay dolls that can kill people at a distance.
All right.
well, it's not just clay dolls. I mean, Ortega. Oh wait, never mind.
No, let's not. Never
Look,
mind.
let's just get this.
Wait, Vigor.
Jesus
You
for
say
now,
no? What?
Viggo was like, wait, let's not. Never mind that.
Never mind. No, it's fine.
Hmm.
This is all something we can talk about later, and isn't
Yeah.
that important right now. In the meantime,
It's-
we're taking the clay to Jesus and figuring out, chain of command, new income distribution, etc.
Right.
Yeah. Ortega's just taking a night off. Yeah. And Davros just kind of shakes his head a bit as he hands off the clay box to one of the lizard people to go ferry it to Jesus. As they approach the lonely pigeon, and he says something about boss said he really wants some hay down there to just excuse the wheelbarrow.
Just building a couch.
Yeah, as they head on down.
We're going for that rustic vibe.
And yeah, he sits down at the table. He seems somewhat on edge.
What,
Ariana
Davros
is
on edge?
going.
Yeah, Davros on edge.
My word.
Ariana is going to, very like walking around the table, and she's gonna sit down where Renshak would sit.
Wow, power move.
Yeah,
Holy
power
shit.
move. But she's going to talk about. Look, we got a lot of. Well, looks around. A lot of swing dicks in this room. Not trying to make a power play. Equal distribution between parties. Equal distribution of power, equal distribution of pay, democracy. That being said, not all even groups. I would suggest we divide it up into essentially. My suggestion would be either having 3 or 2 votes per group, or 1 or 2 votes per group, and then divide us into 3 units. My team, Ortega and Davros, and our fine lizard friends here.
Mhm.
If we feel like it, we can divide it up to 2 votes per group, or, just keep it more simple to 1. Split profit, everything else 3 ways.
If it was even, well, then that'd mean 500 coin to each of us every week.
That does.
Each of us in each of the 3
As in the
parties.
3 groups, yeah.
Ooh, I like it.
There you go. Sounds fair to me.
Well, if we're sharing it, then technically still a pay downgrade for me and Ortega, as we're now taking home
Even with
250.
Renshak's cut?
Well, with Renshax's cut, he took 600. Ortega took 400 and I took 300. If we're grouping us together for a 500 cut, then we're cutting it for 250. Yeah, that would be a downgrade for both of us.
Ariana does nod, and considers this. Not ideal for anyone, I do agree there. That being said, thinks about it more. Any suggestions?
Ortega thought something like this might come up, and he had a suggestion and wanted me to float by. He said he'd be perfectly fine with that downgrade if you made him leader.
Ariana, thinks about something more. What if, and Ariana's just hardball denying, no one person is leader. This is going to be as a democracy. How about a more dynamic split of profits, where instead of, just take all gross profits, dividing it up, different people profit more from different branches of business. This could allow for something more fluid and more that could be seen as more fair. The immediate downside I see to this is that should certain businesses grow or shrink in the future and the market demands certain things, it would be in parties' best interest to vote against expanding or decreasing certain wings of our
Did
business
Ariana,
as needed.
pick up a thesaurus?
Hang on. Alright, Vigor just kind of, stops this and just, Vigor's not got the head for this and says, hang on. Alright, so, way to be looking at it is, what was Ortega's old cut?
Ortega took 400.
Jeez. Alright, he was big. Okay.
What was your cut? Ariana asks.
300.
And if it in this new system, what would my cut be? Vigor says, looking at Ariana, our group gets 500. That's split 3 ways.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'd imagine.
Ariana says 150, or she says she says 150. That's not actually true, but that's what she says.
400. 250. He'll be taking a 50 coin cut, but how about you just cut 50 out of me and O'Malley's for a bit until we turn our profits up and that can even out. I don't mind taking the hit if it satisfies. If
Ariana does say, I do immediately have a connection that could help expand our business and market percentage and increase profits.
Do you now?
Yes. As a show of good faith, I'm willing to cut and, risking on this venture, I'm willing to sacrifice a portion of our shares for yours for the time being, that when we increase, upon the increase of our total profits through this new, market increase that, I want to work on. If that does boost our profits, as said, it would first of all go to boosting our share back up until we're all even. And then after that, it goes back to just splitting everything evenly 3 ways. Once you and Ortega are square.
To keep us at the level we were at previously, we'd need an extra 300 on top of that 500. You're
Arion,
taking your share?
Not a whole 300, but
Ugaku says, I'll give up 150.
150?
150 each to keep the 2 administrators happy?
For now, yes. That includes them, though, then that as profits increase, ours will be increased first until we are all even, and after that point, all profits are raised 3 ways equally.
Davros sighs and says, sounds fine to me. As he gets a parchment of his lights up with the message that he reads and then stuffs in his pocket. Sounds fine to me.
We'll need that written up in contract then.
Go ahead and write it.
You're not. Thought that was kind of your department. You don't want to be the one to write up.
Aren't you the one with the magic contract ability?
That's just one signing. That can be anything. I don't have to be the one to write it.
You dictate. Oh right. Besides, we need to commune, don't we? Or is that a cantrip?
That's a rote. Yeah, cantrip, whatever.
All right. Yeah. Vigor just goes, grabs a quill, grabs a sheet of paper, and just Ariana can dictate out the terms, and Vigor just writes them down.
Yeah. So basically, do we want to establish, I figure our actual business model, how work is delegated, doesn't really need to change much, but if there is anything we want to change, now would be the time to bring it up. Oh, we should talk about, if this is democratic, how we're going to vote. So I guess the main question is if we would need a 3-way unanimous vote to pass a movement, or a, 2/3 majority.
I'd say majority, so we don't deadlock ourselves, or at least not as much.
I feel there are some matters that would be better with a full majority, otherwise two parties can just vote to completely screw over the remaining
I
third.
believe full majority
All right
to
then.
Davros.
All right then. Ironically, that's not a full majority agreement, but it got full majority.
No, but
Vigor,
Could
like the thing is with
we could
Vigor is this
introduce
is
the
not his
option to-
department. This is
Yeah.
absolutely. Look, I'm alright.
I would
I'm
suggest
alright
for
with that. I'll
smaller,
trust
more
your
trivial
judgments.
matters, things that can affect, for a bit, if it's a matter that relates to all three of us, if it's some or an inter-party conflict requires a unanimous vote for something a more simple business question such as pulling in or out of a territory, something like that, a 2/3 vote is all we need. I would suggest.
Alright.
Sounds fine to me.
Yeah, I can't be in character as Ariana or talk like Ariana discussing this terms. I keep on just slipping into. I don't know.
Ariana doesn't know words this big. What's going
Yeah.
on?
Ariana has just heard all these words, but she's never really been the one delivering them.
That's not necessarily true. She has, she's had to hash out business dealings and whatnot. I mean, with her old day job, you kind of did need to be pretty particular about, what is and isn't allowed, pre-approval, stuff like that. You had to get kind of.
Oh, by the way, just as a reminder, the dragon's showing up tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, what did he want?
He's gonna give you your second quest.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Your
Yeah,
second
so
trial.
Things are about to get a lot worse tomorrow. Like today we gotta square this away. Yeah, no, Vigor, like, alright, so we got that. So we roughly know how we're gonna consort ourselves, let's say. And, well, Ortega, before he left, he did say he trusted that you were his mouthpiece, Davros.
Sounds like him.
So we got our split, we got how we're gonna conduct ourselves. No one of us is leading this operation anymore. But that still leaves us with, well, the big man in the office there.
Yep. Well, he always liked that office. He says, looking at Red Shax's little cubicle where he's been stored.
If we want to keep him alive, that either means that we are going to be feeding him and keeping him, well, not dead. We can go out and find a way to magically.
Why do we need him alive again?
Honestly,
O'Malley.
I don't think we do. That's me.
Yeah, I
though.
don't think so either.
Well, if Jesus can't figure that clay out, he'd be the only one to ask.
Right.
I mean, do we really need to figure out?
And that there are other potential. Any secrets he had, Guy clearly knew a lot, had a lot of connections, had a lot of stuff. We don't know how he knew or found out. If we can find a way to, tap into, his brain while he's still subdued.
You a
Alright.
Could be a lot
God-fearing
useful
type
in this.
figure?
Am I a what?
You a God-fearing type figure?
Fear the gods.
Not particularly.
See, this whole talk about thinking something's too dangerous for people to know, that's something I usually hear from the religious types.
Well, I'm not a religious type, but magic, to me, don't belong in the domain of God. I've seen enough men misuse it. So you can call it a religious thing, but no, I just think it's a point of wisdom that people like us should not have something like that.
Anyways, we'll have plenty of time to discuss what to do with the clay later. In the meantime, I need to, do my communion, try and refresh myself. That takes a little bit. Figure in the meantime, you want to go. Actually, should probably take O'Malley with you. He can be a handful. Don't want him causing trouble while I'm distracted. You want to go fetch Lilia?
Alright.
Yeah, go fetch Lilia, and actually, maybe we can take a break here for a bit. Because in 5 minutes, guess what starts?
Can I real quick? I have one last thing I want to do
Yes.
as soon as Vigor leaves.
I do leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ariana just, as soon as like the doors close, just ask Stavros, "You got anything to drink down here?
Got milk, got coffee, water,
Anything a little harder?"
cider.
I'll take cider. Actually, think Renchek might have something in his office drink-wise. Ariana says already moving towards it, or is he not the type?
Probably.
Yeah, Ariana looks around, sees if she can find a
He has
good
hard
whiskey.
Hard whiskey, yeah.
Ariana, gets a couple of glasses. Do you have like cigars or anything like that too?
Yep.
That seems all right. Yeah, perfect. Ariana, pours 2 glasses and slides one over to Davros.
Yeah, he picks
Lights
it up.
a cigar.
Yeah. Takes a sip.
Sorry about, he can get a little antsy about things. He's the cautious type.
I figured.
Still.
Takes a drink.
And she leans in a bit more. I agree that clay is useful, though. That's powerful stuff, and clearly it was good insurance. I don't think we should necessarily have clay dolls of each other, but there's a lot that can be done with that, and it's definitely can be used, lots of potential uses. And I think it would definitely behoove us to talk to Jesus and, with Ortega, find out how it works. And, takes a puff on, cigar.
Yeah. He takes a drink. We're in agreement on that, alright.
Yeah.
It's an asset. And, makes a drink and just says, I'll be sure to keep you in the know.
Tonight or something, I might have some time, You, Ortega, and I could take a look at it with Jesus together, see what he has to say.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. Vigor, I'll talk to Vigor about it. He should come around on it down the line. But like I said, he's cautious. It's a good quality, but
I'm sure he will.
We wouldn't be here now if we played things cautiously.
All right. So let's take a break there.
Cheers.
Can't believe Legion looks really good. That wasn't
Yeah.
funny. I'm sorry, Neo, but I know you want to start on funny
yeah,
things.
we
but...
watched. Yeah, so we all watched. So Davros and Ariana watched the Ubisoft conference. All right,
Yeah.
so we were last off. So Davros, Ariana, you told Davros that you would speak to Vigor about seeing the clay as an asset.
Yeah, or she's gonna in the long term try and get him around,
Right.
but that could take a little bit. And in the meantime, Ariana is absolutely in with Davros and Ortega. Left a little bit of intrigue, some potential party.
Yeah, that they're going. Yeah,
Party
that they're going to. That later you're going to head on over to Jesus without the other two to meet with Ortega and Davros. Yeah.
It's gonna turn into fucking Animal Farm.
Yeah. So, do you? Oh yeah. So at this point, you and Davros are the only ones in the room with Renshak's body.
Yeah.
So take your leave.
What? No, because Vigor was gonna bring Lilia here.
Yeah.
Oh,
me and O'Malley went to go and collect Lilia and bring her
Okay.
over.
Well, let's do that. All right. So yeah.
So in the meantime, drinking with Davros, though, talking with him.
Yep.
Hanging out.
Yeah.
Hanging out. Speaking of, Ariana does leave Renshak bound and hanging from the ceiling of his office specifically.
Gotcha. Okay, so Vigor, O'Malley, you two make your way over to Lilia and Jerry's little hut that they had.
Isn't that an outhouse?
An outhouse, basically, a glorified outhouse.
I head over and I head up to it and knock. I don't know how much me and O'Malley say to each other on the way over. It's probably not much after the events of today. More just letting that all sink in.
You know, that felt good, beating him up.
Sure.
So, how was prison?
It wasn't bad. I think I've got us a new recruit.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Good guy named Cotton. Murdered a few
I see.
people. Wants to get out of the murder game, but still up for assault.
Ah, I see.
Yeah. There's also a guy who was playing guitar all night, and we've got a bloody song stuck in my head.
Are you gonna... I see. Sounds annoying.
Maybe
Maybe we'll
more or
find
less
him.
on par with this conversation.
You know, I was about to say the same.
Okay, so when you knock on the door, you just hear Lilia's voice just say, "Door is open."
I open it.
Yeah, so most of the room is taken up by her giant sarcophagus.
I kind of like have to step over it, I imagine.
Yeah.
Or just like stand on the other side of it and just say, decorating.
Oh yeah, we really we couldn't. Well, it's a big thing, so we kind of just had to make it the room.
Right.
Thought it was gonna be hard to explain to Jerry, but turns out I don't have to worry about that. Jerry's over there, and she points up,
I look up.
and Jerry is just a head.
What happened?
Accident.
Pretty bad fucking accident.
Body stolen.
By who?
Well, if we do
Well-
kill Renshak, maybe we can give him his body.
Yeah, actually I say, well, you looking for a new one?
That would be a good trade.
Alright, well, it'll take a while. And I think you'll like who it belongs to. But for now, is it alright if he's left alone, or do you want me to bring him with?
Oh yeah, he could be left alone. He likes his solitude. Sometimes I think I talk his ears off. Well, hopefully not.
I look about the side of his head to see if he has them.
No, his ears are still there. Yeah.
Alright.
It's like, well, yeah. She gets out, like stretches a bit. I've honestly just been laying in there kinda until ever since I got this back. And then she pauses a bit. It's like, oh, you brought O'Malley.
Yeah, don't even look at him.
Hello.
It's fine. He just kind of has to be here right now because we can't trust him to be anywhere else. So anyway, Ariana's got a surprise for you.
Oh, I love surprises, and I love her. Let's go.
All right, follow me.
All right. Yep.
Jesus Christ. Leah.
What?
I love surprises, and I love her.
There's the kind of things that were said that just gave O'Malley ideas.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you're walking, she makes sure to keep you between her and O'Malley.
Right.
Wise.
Like Vigor just kind of picks up on the tension and just kind of
Yeah.
just kind of ducks his head a bit, just like, why am I in between? Why?
Because last they met, remember,
No,
O'Malley was.
I know why. It's Vigor saying,
Yeah.
"Oh God, why am I in this? Why do I have to be the barrier of this social awkwardness?" It's like Vigor kind of wants to say what he said fucked me over as well, but he's not lacking in enough awareness to actually say that. So he just swallows that for the moment.
Oh boy, oh boy. Alright, so you head to the Lonely Pigeons. Yeah, you go downstairs. Davros and Ariana, I'm assuming, are just kinda drinking in silence.
No, actually, I was gonna say, so, I don't know, it depends on how receptive he is, but, like, Ariana's, like, is, like, toasting and, like, refilling the glasses, trying to, like,
Oh.
have it be, like, a sort of jovial mood, like,
Oh,
she
yeah.
tries to keep the conversation going, like, tries, keep it, like, bonding, I
At some
guess.
No,
point, he turns to
he's
Ariana.
totally receptive.
I was hoping at some point he just turns to Ariana and says, "Ariana, I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to win."
No,
Okay,
but
so yeah, he doesn't get
Yeah.
much good conversation. The last time he tried to make conversation for an extended period of time, it was with O'Malley. So
Yeah, no, I'm picturing, like, Davros and Ariana have both been drinking a bit, both, and just comes in, they're sort of like, both like smoking cigar and laughing together, like maybe, having another toast.
And then there's just us walking downstairs and just probably standing in the background while they're still chatting, just like,
Oh, yeah.
we got Lilia.
so you walk in on in the middle of laughter, Davros sank, and that's when I realized for all the dude knew magic, didn't know how to do multiplication.
What?
Ariana's like, has her feet up on the table and is like laughing as she like, then sort of tips up her glass again.
Chomping a big cigar.
Yeah.
Like sight for an orc.
Yeah, exactly. Like a big old, like one of those long ass Cubans. Fat ass, like inch wide, yeah.
So yeah, they hauled downstairs, and Lilia just kind of looks, ooh, I like the smell.
Wait, zombies
Lilia.
can smell?
Ariana, they told me you have a fun surprise for me?
I do. Here, come here.
Okay.
How's
She,
Jerry doing?
Skips on over. He lost his body.
Ooh.
He lost. How
That's
did he
not
lose
good.
his body? How did he lose his body again?
Oh, some people kind of wrong side of the wrong road, wrong time. They were gonna burn him at the stake, but he managed to roll away as a head.
Is the body... Wait, was the body still intact after all that?
I doubt it.
Right, okay, yeah, it might need to be a replacement. There's no going and fetching that, then.
Yeah.
Any case, Ariana, sort of like quickly puts together a bit of webbing and just like sort of puts it over Lilia's eyes as a blindfold. Here,
Ooh.
I want to show you. And then just sort of waving a hand to like Vigor and Davros, like, you boys have fun for a bit. This shouldn't take too long. And then just sort of leads Lilia into the office and shuts the door.
Gotcha.
Vigor just kind of like looks between a half-soused fucking Davros and O'Malley and just kind of sighs and sits down.
Ariana does leave. She takes the cigar, but she leaves the drink.
It's not like I can drink it.
You can.
O'Malley
It's not
takes the
like I
drink.
will drink it.
O'Malley takes the drink.
Well, Ariana's going to be mad you took her drink.
He doesn't care. He needs it.
Where did you have milkshake through all
Oh,
this?
I assume she went with... Because I assume she was waiting outside, and then I assume went with Vigor and O'Malley. But, like, I don't know. You guys could have brought her back down with you. That's up to you two.
Vigor on this kind of day doesn't really mind bringing milkshake into the office, I guess, so he doesn't...
Oh, O'Malley had a bottle where she was stored. She can come out if she want to.
Nice. So, yeah, Davros just kind of looks at Vigor and just goes, we're going to have a good future. We're going to have a good future.
I like to hear that.
We're gonna make so much money.
I'm kind of surprised, O'Malley.
What?
You didn't even get uppity when I suggested, taking a bit of your cut to keep the administrators happy.
Oh, you see, I'm just fine. O'Malley wasn't fine. He's seething on the inside.
But that did put Vigor on edge. Him saying he's fine 'cause he wants to take it as a good sign, but on the other hand, he just doesn't trust it.
All right. So Ariana and Lilia.
Yeah. So,
So,
all right. So Ariana, still with the blindfold on Lilia, leads her like a step in, and then is sort of behind her, has her hand on her shoulders, and is like, all right, now, been wanting to do this for you for a long time, but taking a bit longer than I wanted, but here we finally are, and then puts her hands aside, cranes her head at just the right angle to be looking up, and then surprise, and pulls off the blindfold, showing the unconscious Runchuck hanging from the ceiling, hogtied,
Oh my god! He
blood-soaked
looks
bandages.
like he's in so much pain.
Oh, he is. Well,
Oh, he's it did. Look at how many of his teeth are missing on his throat and mouth.
oh yeah,
So
there's a
bloodied up.
spike lodged in there somewhere. Didn't really have the means to get it out, but figure, why would we? Might get tetanus, but
Yeah.
that doesn't matter. It's a bit better than this. So, Ariana says, sort of like pushing him a bit so he sort of sways hanging from the ceiling. He's in a bit of a trance right now. In his head, after, we did all this to him. He's living in a little fantasy land right now. And, I wanted this to be something good. And basically, he thinks he's still fine right now and things are going all right. But he's set up so as long as he's in this trance, he's in this little fantasy world where everything's just getting constantly worse for him. His empire crumbles, his health and magic fade, life falls apart, and it's just gradually every day gets a little worse until his life is just literal worst case scenario he could possibly conceive of. And that's how we got him for you.
That is wonderful. She gives you she hugs you like just a big hug, and just squeezes her face into your chest. You are a wonderful soul.
Ariana just takes a big old drag on the cigarette, just sort of taps it off, uses her shoulder to tap it off, drop the ashes to the ground. Took longer than we expected, so I wanted to make it a little more special for you. Worked out well for us too.
This is so wonderful. This is the best thing to happen to me ever since you brought me that sarcophagus.
To that point, Ariana says, just sort of talking over her, ignoring her. So Jerry's ahead now?
Oh, yeah, he's just ahead.
How's his business prospects doing? Because I remember that was sort of how this all started, was Renshak caused a bit of a problem for his business, and I know he wanted to look into, recuperating that. How's that been looking?
Well, he managed to he went on a little travel back to where the incident happened in Custer. Managed to find a lot of the goods that he had, and knows he figures he can ply his trade again, but not having hands to move things kind of sad, and I'm not the best with clients, so counting on me to be the arms, that's not that's not working out too well. I fold a little easy, I guess. I don't know.
So Ariana just sort of has her arm around Lilia's shoulders, has her right arm around her, has her, holding up the cigar in her left hand, taking a drag on it, and just sort of looking at Lilia, grinning bigger and bigger, and then just sort of with her right hand grabs Lilia, by the back of the head and, kisses the top of her forehead. Exactly what I wanted here. Beautiful Lilia. So, Rencheck boy here, Ariana says, sort of swatting at him again. Actually, as a matter of fact, she sort of pushes him with the burning end of the cigar, leaving a little sear. He had quite the operation going. We had, wormed our way into a bit of influence, and now are 1/3 of his operation. And, things are changing. looking for a way to increase income some. So, looking for any ways we can maybe expand business options. And Jerry, well, in the same business, and he was just dealing with, this Renshak guy. I mean, drove him out of Custer, been trying all these things. Now, we control Renshak's operations. So, I figure maybe it's time to have a bit of a merger on our hands. Incorporate, Jerry's work into this large with a much larger network. We have magic, we have these lizard guys, they can take care of all kinds of stuff. We had more legal protection. This way, we can expand, create something a bit more powerful. In all this, nebulous restructuring, get Jerry in on this in the ground floor position of power.
That would be so wonderful. And
Ariana sort of tussles Lilia's hair. Oh, that is just what I needed to hear today.
Would I not have to, talk to clients and sell things?
Oh, no. I mean, probably not. Although I'm sure we could find some use for you, too, if you wanted to, be involved with things.
Ariana, I'd go back to sucking dick for you.
Well, that wasn't what I had in mind, but,
Is there
I appreciate the can-do
now?
attitude. No, Lilia, no.
Okay.
In the meantime, I'm a bit busy tonight, but should probably be over back by your place. You say Jerry's just ahead right now?
Yeah.
I'm sure we can find something for him.
Oh,
in the meantime,
yeah. He was gonna expand his before he lost the body. He was gonna see about moving all his antiques because he has all those antiques. He was gonna see about setting up stuff in the swamp because he's actually. It turns out he can talk to snakes.
Well, that's useful.
Yeah, and they like him too.
You should probably get home, talk to Jerry, let him know the good news, what's happening, and then hopefully tomorrow sometime I'll be by, probably with Vigor, and we'll see, we'll try and get this set up, try and see if we can figure out a body for him first of all, and just, with our more greater sense of means available to us, how we can get a hold of Jerry's supply up there. This is good news.
That's
and
very
Ariana
good.
sort of slaps Lily on the shoulder. All right, well, great talking to you. And, opening the door of the office, headed back out.
Yeah, she's just kind of ramrod stiff.
Yeah, it just sort of leads her out,
Yeah.
well, I'm glad this could all work out, for both of us.
Yeah. Yeah. Ariana?
Yeah?
Kiss me on the forehead again.
Sure thing, kid. Ariana just sort of does that and tussles her hair again. All right, bye.
She just sort of stumbles upstairs.
Yeah. Ariana sits down, puts her legs up on the table. Well, that went even easier. That went even better than I thought it would. See? It's all gonna work out, she says, sort of tapping Davros on the shoulder.
The dragon comes back tomorrow.
The what?
Fine.
You know
Nothing. Shit.
No.
Everyone knows about it.